Hello lovely people, welcome back to Bart from Coding into Health and Soul Warrior Tribe, or better, ADHD Soul Warrior Tribe. So, today I will highlight, in my opinion, the things that I have been observing that are holding people back the most, or at least two very important things that are holding a lot of people back, that are holding a lot of people stuck unnecessarily. This applies to the ADHD tribe, but also to the just coding into health tribe, people interested in energy healing as a tool for transformation, but definitely for the ADHD tribe, definitely. So the first thing has to do with the grounding. How grounded are you in life? How strong is your root chakra? The thing with the root chakra, or with your grounding, how grounded you are, is that if you are not grounded, like a lot of us ADHD individuals, a lot of people that are too much up in the head and not enough in the physical, in the here and the now, is that when you're not grounded, you're going through life in fantasy, you're going through life too much up in the head. And you're not really present with what is, and you're living in an illusionary world of fantasy and stories that you're telling yourself. But the moment that you get grounded in the here and the now, the only input you have is what's going on around you, and you start to act upon the here and the now. So if you would be fully grounded into your body, into your roots, into the earth, you no longer start to tell yourself stories or fantasies, or you start to assume less, you start to think less, and you start to be in the here, in the now, and you start to act from intuition, from messages coming from your own body, because you're more in tune with yourself. You start to be fully anchored into the earth, making you stable, making you strong. And whenever you are in that place, you will be much more powerful in whatever it is you do. Because if person A is up in the head and person B is fully grounded, person A, who isn't up in the head, will come across as not present, not here, not now, not strong, wishy-washy. Up in the head, like a lot of spiritual people are, right? Up in the head. They don't make sense to a lot of other people because they're not grounded. We need to be grounded. We need to be of this earth. I mean, if you want to create on this earth, we need to be of this earth. We need to be fully in this 3D physical plane by being grounded. So that's the first thing that's immensely important, and I see a lot of people with ADHD struggling with that because they are sensitive individuals coming to this earth plane, and they are being bombarded with a lot of sensory input. And for a lot of these individuals who are more into the upper chakras like I am, the input is too much. It's too much, it's too overwhelming. And what we start to do is we start to disconnect from the root even more. We start to get into our heads even more. And we start to not make sense to our environment because we are too much up in the higher dimensions. We get overwhelmed, we are daydreaming all the time, we are in the higher dimensions, we are higher dimensional beings. People with ADHD oftentimes are higher dimensional beings that are here for a special purpose. But first, they have to learn how to get grounded, how to get into the physical fucking plane, to relate to people, to be on their level as well. And I think that's our mission, that's our challenge, and that's our mission. Second, has to do with getting to know yourself, getting to value yourself as a person, building up a healthy self-esteem, healthy confidence, healthy belief in yourself. This is again a general message to both people from Coding into Health and ADHD Soul Warrior Tribe. One missing piece that I have noticed within myself is that one of the reasons that I would get stuck, or that I would see myself being stuck in the same place, had to do with not really being in touch with who I am in the deepest sense of the word. Just think about it. If you discover your strength and your gifts and your talents, and if you get really clear on what these are, and if you start to value yourself as a person and start to see that you actually as a person has value. I have value. I am valuable. I have something to say that is of value. The moment you start to embody these kind of concepts is the moment you start to speak up more. That is the moment you start to represent something. That is the moment you start to inspire people. Because people start to see that you are unique and different, and you respect yourself, you value yourself. The moment you start to see what your strengths are, what your gifts are, what your talents are, is the moment that you start to use them. And people will start to notice you more. This has not only been a huge problem for myself, because I never really thought of myself as someone who was very valuable. I never really had that self-esteem that I was valuable as a person. I never really got to know myself enough. I never really discovered my innate gifts and strengths enough. But the more you do, the more you discover your gifts, the more you discover your inherent value, and the more you can stand for yourself, for your mission, well, and what you want to portray to the outer world. That's it. That's the inner fire of the solar plexus chakra. And I think a lot of people with ADHD are very poor in that area. Because we have been repeatedly told that we are different, that we are bad, that we are less than our peers, that we have to confirm that that our unique quirky selves, we have to tone it down, dim the light, keep everything to yourself, be silent, be quiet, take your medication so you can be quiet. See, all these messages that we have been fed from our authorities are completely fucked up. And we have to realize that here and now, that who we are inherently, there's nothing wrong with who we are. There's nothing wrong with who you are as a person. Yes, you might be different. Yes, you might be unique in your own way. But does that make it wrong? Hell no. Who you are is valuable. You have tremendous gifts that are buried underneath all that shame, guilt programming. And we have a lot of them. We people with ADHD, we have been told our entire life that there's something wrong with us. We're dumb, we're too much, we're talking too much, we're being weird. I mean, I have been told many things. And it's time to shed all of these stories and start to claim who we are, and that's the solar plexus. So that's something I am working on right now, and I think it's a huge issue with a lot of different people. So, recap: become grounded, dropping down into the physical reality, dropping down in the here and the now, dropping from too much and being in the headspace into the physical body, being present in the here, the fucking now. Being more relatable to your environment. And the second main takeaway is to strengthen your inner fire in the solar plexus, because that's all about who you are, what your value is, what your unique talents and abilities are, and starting to express them as well. So as long as you do not have these two key elements in your life, in my opinion, you can never blossom as a person. So that's what I want to leave you with. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want me, because I am an energy healer, so if you want me to heal your trauma in these two areas, the root chakra and the solar plexus, I can help you with that. I can assist you in the healing of these blockages in the root chakra and the solar plexus. So yeah, hit me up, let me know what your issue is, and we will work on it. Bless you guys.